What's good, everyone? It's Weebies back with another video. In this video, I will be actually talking more about fitness. You may be wondering, if you're talking about fitness, why are you in a game? Well, truthfully, it's because that's how I started with fitness. So this is a very easy and simple way to get fit and play video games at the same time. So I generated it around a 5-round fighting game, essentially. So as you can see, I have my 3 different rule sets here. So this is my workout one. I've also got medium. And then I've got easy and hard. So essentially they just move up in CPU level. Like easy is CPU level 3, and then I've got CPU level 5, I think, and then this one's CPU level 7 because I'm not very good at the game. But this one is my workout one. I have it set to CPU level 5, which is the one I'm comfortable with doing most characters as. So essentially, with this, at the end of each round, each player does, well, I set this up for, stock of 3, but for the sake of this, each player does 5 squats for each life loss and or 10 sit-ups if that said player does 300% or more damage, and 10 push-ups and 10 leg lifts for every self-destruct. So essentially, if you have, for this one, since I have a stock of 2, if I do 2 self-destructs, I have to do 10 leg lifts for each one, and then automatically you're going to do 10 push-ups, and then 10 sit-ups if you do more than 300% damage, which it is possible for just about every character to do 300% damage. In perspective, I've actually done 300% damage with Olimar, okay? One of the weakest characters on here, I've done 300% damage with. And then at the end of round 5, each player will do squats, sit-ups, leg lifts until they reach a total of 50. Oh my god, these fucking jets. Until they reach a total of 50. And then they do a dip for every 1 life lost in half the rounds rounded up. So essentially, for each life lost, yours and the CPU's, you're going to do 1 dip for every life lost in the first 3 rounds. That about sums it up. To make it more difficult, I actually would recommend doing a random, or say you start off with Dark Pit the first round, and then switch it up to Incineroar or Olimar or something like that. Don't continuously use the same character. It gets extremely boring for 1, and for 2, it's not. It adds more of a challenge because you aren't using the same characters you're used to. Or if you have 5 main characters, use 5 different ones. Like this one, I went random. I'm using Pac-Man. I don't use Pac-Man. but I'm doing really well. Oh, and then I have it set to where the stage changes to other stages, which adds another level of insecurity. So you aren't just getting used to the same stage over and over again. See, for this one, I lost a life, so I'd end up doing 5 squats. I only did 200% damage, which actually isn't half bad for Pac-Man. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be doing any sit-ups. I'd have to do 10 push-ups, and I didn't get any self-destructs, so no leg lifts this time. So originally I had it set up this way. I had it set up for life of 3 because first off, I didn't realize you could have anything lower in Super Smash Bros. I'll be honest. Because I'm used to having 3 lives or more in terms of actual fighting. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Again, another character I don't really use. On the bright side, my opponent isn't terrible. Yeah, so but since you can do 2 lives, this literally works for any fighting game. Like we're talking Jump Force, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, and I am getting my ass whooped by Rosalina. Stop jumping, you little jumpy bitch. So essentially what I would suggest to make this more difficult, that way you aren't, it's basically giving yourself a sense of unpredictability. Anyway. But yeah, I would suggest trying it with other video games. It works with other fighting games as long as you can have essentially this constant. And those aren't the only workouts you can do. The best part about this is you can literally substitute it. So you can literally substitute any of these workouts with any other ones. Like, say you want to do legs one day. You could do squats, leg lifts, lunges. You can even add weights if you have weights, like kettlebell swings, anything like that. But yeah, that's about it. If you like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And ring that notification bell. Also, tell me what other types of games you want to see me make workouts for, if that suits your fancy. All right, see ya.